Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this particular video we will be covering the whole syllabus of the Insurance Awareness 2021, as there was a few requests from our viewers that we must continue the series in English too, so here we are. Let's have a look to the syllabus. Okay, so in this we will cover the introduction, IRDAI, then LIC, GIC, public insurance companies and institution, and the basic information regarding them, then principle of insurance, then types of insurance and life insurance plans, insurance frauds, insurance ombudsman, few important terms related to insurance, then important abbreviation belongs to insurance sector, and the most important government schemes related to the insurance. Okay. What is insurance? So insurance is actually a contract between the insurance company and the insured person. Okay, under this contract the insurance company takes a fixed amount, that's a premium, from the insured person for a particular time period. The company compensate in case of any loss to the insured person according to the terms of the policy. Okay, let us consider the example of Ram. Okay, there is a guy whose name is Ram. He is so much insecure regarding his life just because of increasing accident in day-to-day life, and he used to think like, suppose unfortunately I met with an accident and I died, then how will my family survive? So in that worry, he went to an insurance company and purchased a life insurance of 50 lakh rupees, and the maturity period was around 30 years. Okay, now he has to pay a particular sum, right, premium, a particular amount to the insurance company till a particular time period. Okay, until a particular time period he has to pay that particular sum, and after the completion of 30 years, when the policy will get matured, then the whole sum which he has paid to the company will return to the Ram. Okay, but before the maturity of that policy, if something happened to Ram, then in that case the compensation will be provided to the beneficiary. Okay, and in this way his family will be secured. So that's how insurance works. History of insurance in the world. So the first question is like, from where the term insurance originated, or from where the idea of the insurance originated, right? So the idea of the insurance was originated from an accident which took place in the London in the year 1666, which is also known as the Great Fire of London. In that, more than 3,000 houses were destroyed, and there was nobody to compensate those persons or those peoples who lost their houses, who lost their habitat, and they didn't have anything left. Okay, so to counter such conditions in the future, the first fire insurance company, fire office, was started in the year 1680, and as it was a non-life insurance company, we can also say the first general insurance company of the world. The fire office was established in the year 1680. It was the first general insurance company. Okay, if we talk about the first life insurance company, then it was set up in the 1706, and its name was Perpetual Assurance Office. It's assurance, not insurance. Now if we talk about the history of insurance in India, then in India, insurance began formally in the year 18th century. In the 18th century, not in the year. In the 18th century, in the year 1818, the Oriental Life Insurance Company was established in the Calcutta. As we all know that during that time, the India was a colony of Britishers, and there were three major presidencies like Bengal, Bombay, and Madras. So it was the part of Bengal presidency, as it was set up in the Calcutta, and it was the first life insurance company of India. Okay, in the 1870 there was an enactment of British Insurance Act, under which Bombay Mutual in the year 1871, Oriental, it was in the 1874, Empire of India 1897. All these three were started in Bombay presidencies. Okay, now moving further, in the year 1907, the Indian Mercantile Insurance Limited, okay, it was another general insurance company, but the Indian Mercantile Insurance Limited was the first company which was dealing or which was transacting all the classes of general insurance at that time. It was not for an individual or for a particular kind of general insurance. It was transacting all kinds of the general insurance at the time. So it was the only company at the time in the year 1907. In the year 1912, the Indian Life Assurance Companies Act 1912 was enacted. Okay, so it was the first time there was any act made over the life assurance companies. Okay, and it was for the first time the statutory measures was set up to regulate the insurance industries. In the year 1928, the Indian Insurance Companies Act. Okay, in the year 1912, we have discussed the Indian Life Assurance Companies Act, and here in the year 1928, the Indian Insurance Companies Act was enacted. Okay, so this act was enacted, and it gave the power to the government and enabled them to collect the statistical information from both life insurance companies as well as non-life insurance companies which were transacting in the India. Either they were from India or from a foreign country. Okay, in the year 1938, the Insurance Act was amended for the first time. Okay, the reason behind the amendment was to protect the interest of the public in the insurance. Okay, and for protecting their interest, the government set some comprehensive provisions so that they can control the activities of insurers very effectively, and make sure that the insurers are not following any unethical practices or not harassing any person or any policy holder. So by this they can easily control all this. Okay, now in the year 1956, nationalization of the life insurance sector. 1956, the nationalization of life insurance sector. Before 1956, it was totally under the private entities or under the control of private bodies, and from now the insurance companies was under the insurance sector. Life insurance sector was totally under the the government of India, and now from now we can see the establishment of Life Insurance Corporation of India, which is a public sector body, and which is the solo public sector body which who is dealing in the life insurance business. Okay, so we will discuss it in detail in the third lecture of the series. Okay, so guys, in the year 1957, General Insurance Council. Okay, so General Insurance Council framed some code of conduct. Okay, framed code of conduct, like it was basically it was rules and regulation. Okay, it framed some rules and regulation which the insurer has to follow, and by following that, by just framing that rules and regulations, the council wanted to ensure themselves that the insurer or the businessman is following some fair practices and fair and sound business practices, and he is not following any unethical practices, and he is not engaged in any kind of insurance frauds. Okay, so in the year 1968, the Insurance Act was amended again. In this amendment, there were three changes. The first one was the government got the power to regulate the investment, that from where the investment are coming and where the company is using those investments. Okay. Second was that the government has set the minimum solvency margin. The minimum solvency margin, like the government has said that you have to maintain a particular amount by your own, so that if anybody or if any person applies for his compensation or if applies for any claim, then you should clarify it by your own. You can't just let him go by saying right now we are not having sufficient amount of funds to just clear your claims, and you don't compensate them at that particular time after the completion of the paperwork. So that's it. And the third one was a tariff advisory committee was set up. So these were the three major changes. First was regulation of investment by the government. First one. Second one was they set up minimum solvency margin, and the third one was tariff advisory committee was set up. Now, in the year 1993, the government set up a committee under the chairmanship of the former governor of the RBI. His name was R.N. Malhotra, and the committee proposed some recommendation to the government for the reforms in the insurance sector. The committee was set up in the year 1993, and it was submitted its report in the year 1994, and it gave two major suggestions. First one was to the private sector must be permitted. Okay. Now, why should they permit the private sector? If the government permits the private sector, the insurance business will develop more and more. Okay, it will boost the particular sector, and it will also boost the economy of the country, and with this it will also be helpful for the consumer or customer, just because the customer will get a competitive market from where he can compare the policies of the insurance companies, and after comparing he can select from which company or by which company he is going to purchase the life insurance policy. Okay, another one is foreign companies be allowed to enter by floating Indian companies, preferably a joint venture with the Indian partners. Okay, so the report also suggested that the foreign companies must be allowed to enter by floating Indian companies. Okay, Indian companies in the sense they must enter the Indian market, but by a joint venture with an Indian company, so that the investment will be in the Indian company. Foreign investment will directly come to an Indian company, and with that investment the company will grow more, and it will work more and more over their policies, and will try to attract more and more customers towards them. Now, following the recommendation, whatever the recommendation the committee suggested, following that recommendation, in the year 1999, IRDAI was set up. It was an autonomous body. Okay, so we can easily correlate it with the RBI. Just as we can say that RBI regulates the banking sector, it plays a major role in developing the banking sector, and it is also an autonomous body. Similarly, the IRDAI is also an autonomous body. It also regulates the insurance sector, and it plays a major role in the development of the insurance sector. So that's it. With this, we come to the end of our lecture. In the next lecture, we will be discussing the IRDAI, that's Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. So keep watching, like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.